Hey guys, it's Maxie here and welcome to episode 8 of WWE We Are Perfection. You join us today for our usual double taping of Superstars and ECW, where we are pretty much pushing forward some programs for Superstars we're looking to push in the future, and yeah, just generally hoping to have a pretty damn decent show. So, we're at the Kennedy Memorial Coliseum in Manchester, New Hampshire. I start off with one of the storylines that was already in the mod, which was Santino Marella and Chavo Guerrero. Obviously, I'm not really going to have that match on pay-per-view, so I thought, let's have them have a kind of blow-off match on Superstars and really push them on to go in separate ways. So we start off basically with Chavo saying he's fed up of being embarrassed, how feels like proper wrestling legacy has been just tarnished by like these comedy acts and people that don't take themselves too seriously, the likes of Santino Marella. So the promo here was a C64, and it advances the segment between Santino and Chavo. The match itself was decent. It didn't have too much heat, because I've not really promoted it too much because it has been lowered down the card, and I just kind of wanted to get this out of the way. But Santino defeats Chavo in 6:21 with a flying headbutt, C61 rating, 54 rating for Santino, a 63 for Chavo, and I feel with Chavo as well. In fact, you could make this argument for both guys. It's two guys that I've never really booked in TEW for, you could honestly say, since probably 2010, 2011, so it's people that I'm quite excited to use as well and try and utilise them in a decent way. Chavo declining physical ability. I even think in 2009 he was still doing some pretty decent stuff. Next off, in the Divas division, it was a terrible match that saw the team of Beth Phoenix and Rosa Mendes. Yes, Rosa Mendes has actually won a match in WWE, so that's changed, although admittedly here, it's clearly not her that takes the pin or gets the pinfall, so technically hasn't won. But they defeat Savannah and Maria in 3:49 when Beth Phoenix defeated Savannah with the Glam Slam. I think you know how this match would work. Beth does everything and just destroys them. That's the plan. It's basically keeping Beth away from Laycool at this moment in time. So in terms of in-ring work, Beth Phoenix was head and shoulders above everyone else. Savannah the weak link. Did Savannah ever have any matches with WWE? I don't recall. If somebody can let me know on that one. A D plus 53, and you can see the actually shocked at how Rosa Mendes gets a 45, not too far off Maria. And that's her off her game, so Rosa Mendes actually not too bad in this. But Beth Phoenix, head and shoulders above everyone else, and as to be expected. Of course, in this, she's actually engaged to CM Punk. That was one of the first news items I got, so that was quite cool. And of course, we've got to let Beth be completely dominant, so she basically beats up Maria and Savannah herself. Doesn't need a whim, just it was near an angle and I got lazy. So C-59 keeps Beth looking strong. And yeah, it was quite cool to see Maria and Savannah do well off script. There wasn't really any script and it was just a brawl. Although Savannah, underwhelming. But you hope these kind of shows, because it is on a decent network, you can get some eyes on her, so then maybe she'll improve her overness. Then have a promo with CM Punk, Luke Gallows, and the newest member of the Straight Edge Society, Joey Mercury. It's just Punk really talking about Straight Edge and what it means to him, and really just saying, they've taken Joey on board, and hopefully they can get him on the right path. So C plus 70. Gallows not suited to his gimmick. Punk looked excellent. Joey Mercury was underwhelming. Good to see, though, Gallows improving acting and better performance skills. Because one thing we don't see with WWE, with Gallows, like, the guy is actually hilarious. Like, I watched a lot of YouTube stuff with just random stuff when he was on the indies, and it's just hilarious. Just seems like a really, really funny, chill guy. And your main event was just to give Gallows some action and in a decent wrestling match with not a lot of heat. He defeats Yoshitatsu in 7:07 with the inverted full Nelson bomb. So C63, both guys kind of run about the same in-ring performance, but the Straight Edge Society member gets the win. And overall, we end up with a C64 average show. So a lot of these people are mostly on Raw and SmackDown. Doing that intentionally. I don't want to be double booking ECW guys. So we will now fire over to ECW. Here we are with the ECW Go Home show. Only one match, of course, will make it to the pay-per-view Survivor Series, but we are looking to build up stars for the future. ECW You look back at it, the run of 2006 to 2010 did produce quite a few guys that did make it on the WWE roster. Hell, it had CM Punk. So it confirms the sellout of the 4,500 at the Kennedy Memorial Coliseum. And they just start off with a William Regal promo, which got a B plus 86 rating. Again, it's just emphasising the whole I'm going to win the championship. This with Kozlov and Ezekiel Jackson in tow, the Ruthless Roundtable will just dominate ECW and just show that, this isn't about extreme wrestling anymore. This is just about a technical masterclass. And I won't be going to Raw or SmackDown, because this will be my throne. So it got the shorter, strong start, got the crowd hotter, and a Regal Christian storyline advances to the next stage. Our opening match of the night was about that had decent wrestling, but not a lot of heat. It saw Paul Burchill defeat the Hurricane at 6:30 with a curb stomp after a distraction from Katie Lee Burchill. Pretty solid C60, I'm happy with that. Surprising the Hurricane is still getting such high ratings, but we did have to make him look strong, as he was very hesitant to put Burchill over. I just felt like someone that the potential was there and it never quite happened. So again, it's someone I'm really excited to push in the future. Good to see that him and Katie Lee have got great chemistry. And yeah, it gives us an attractive female for the show, so they don't moan about that. But overall, pretty standard, pretty decent. We then have Tiffany backstage in her general manager office booking tonight's main event. And that is going to see Christian team up with veterans Goldust and Tommy Dreamer. And they will take on the Ruthless Roundtable, which would of course be William Regal, Vladimir Kozlov, and Ezekiel Jackson. So C62, due to the lack of heat in this, it does not great for the Regal Christian storyline, but it gives us a main event. We then have another hype video for Kaval, again just documenting a few highlight clips from Florida Championship Wrestling and preparing for his debut soon. Probably will be the show after Survivor Series, makes sense. And then we have another Abraham Washington show, where Abe just berates the town and just basically gets himself some heat. So that's a D plus 52, building up some overthinkness for him, because he could be someone that realistically could end up being a GM on Raw or SmackDown, could be a manager. Still really thinking of ideas of how we can do this long term. So I don't want to just do a year. I want to do a couple of years with this. There's so much potential with it. Then I had a decent match with not a lot of heat, as we saw Shelton Benjamin defeat Vance Archer in the 14 with the Paydock, the C plus 70. My issue with this is, you can't push everybody, and it's not the most depth of roster, so people like Vance Archer, well, I'd like to give him a decent wee run. I really do run out of heels and baby faces that are putting others over, so sometimes people are falling victim to that. But it just shows there's some good wrestlers on this brand, and as I say, you saw FCW, there's a lot of talent that's going to come up to mesh with them. Promo from Zack Ryder gets a C62, just getting over the woo woo woo, you know it. So I'm pretty sure this would have been before Z True Long Island Stories, so we may have like him doing hype videos and just doing that on ECW, would make sense. Then have basically Christian, Tommy Dreamer and Goldust really just discussing strategy for this evening, forming an alliance, saying they've all got each other's back as veterans of the business, which was a B minus 75. Got the crowd hotter, and some good work there from the veteran stars. Obviously, Christian, as you can imagine, quicker and get him to Raw or SmackDown the better. And the main event was decent. It saw the Ruthless Roundtable of Regal, Ezekiel, and Vladimir Kozlov defeat Christian, Goldust, and Tommy Dreamer in a 6-man tag in 9:32 when William Regal defeated Tommy Dreamer by submission with the Regal stretch. So a good matchup again, just building Regal up as a valid competitor to take on Christian. At the same time, making Ezekiel and Kozlov look very strong as well. And it did gain some heat into the storyline. Tommy Dreamer with a few skill improvements. And we end the show. Oh, Tommy Dreamer, has a new comeback spot. So that's going to boost the psychology. But basically, William Regal takes the title belt of Christian, hits him with it, and then he stands above Christian with the ECW Championship. Cut to black with Christian, Fallen, and Regal looking really strong. So a B79 for our taping of ECW, and it just shows, it's There's some okay workers on here, there's a lot of missed potential on the show, but yeah, there's certainly people that I'm excited to use. Rhino, what's he boasting about? That he's carrying a promotion all by himself. Superstar's got a 085. This may be our first signee. It's not actually, it's a request, a pay rise request. Interesting. Chris Cage, no problem. Let's just give him that, keep him happy. But you can see there's two people that we are looking to bring in. Some very, very interesting names there. I won't expand on that just at this moment in time. I'll let you think about it. But that is going to be it for this episode of ECW and Superstars. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what your thoughts are. What do you feel about ECW in 2008, 2009? Do you feel like it was a missed opportunity? Or was it really just foreshadowing what NXT would eventually become, not the initial NXT? So let me know your best memories of that ECW. And I suppose if you add in the zombie, etc., your worst memories of it. As always, any comments on TW, the save, your own saves, wrestling in general. Yeah, let me know. As always, likes, subs, all that good stuff. Deeply appreciated. And hopefully I'll see you for the next episode, which will be Friday Night SmackDown. And then after that, we will be hitting the 2009 Survivor Series. So thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. And hopefully, we'll see you around for another episode of We Are Perfection.